what's up everyone? Okay, finally back after like 3 weeks. Oh my god, that's okay though. Because we are going to build a navigation in a pretty modern way, and I'm gonna show you a few tricks that you can do some cool animations in JavaScript. So we're gonna build a simple navigation, and we're gonna also have a mobile version. I just spoiled everything there. No. Okay, anyways. So on mobile, it's gonna be like this, right? And when you click, we're gonna have this nice animation here, and all the links are gonna nicely animate in like this. And this is super customizable, so you can make like the delay stronger or faster or slower, and very, very easy. And like the animation here, you can easily change it in CSS. So we're gonna do one cool trick here in JavaScript that's gonna enable us to do this. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so obviously we're gonna close this and YouTube, everything. Okay, good. I'm gonna open up my VS Code here, fresh, and I think I made a folder here. Let's see, navigation tutorial. There we go. All right, gonna be quite simple. So we're gonna start obviously with our index.html. We're gonna generate a new project. We're gonna name this navigation, okay, with the lowercase n. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna say nav. We're gonna use HTML5, and we're gonna build a div with a class of logo. Here is where our logo is gonna go. It's called the nav original. Okay, and besides this, we're gonna have a UL with an li, so a list, right? And I think I named this home. And in VS Code, if you hold Shift and Alt and press down, you can duplicate really easily and nicely. So we're gonna name this we're gonna say work and our projects. Perfect, good. And for now, I think we are done with this. So let's open this up in live server. And the port is already in use. So let me close that. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Actually, I just maximize this for now, because we still need to add our style.css. We're gonna link it. So we're gonna say style, and I'm gonna remove some basic things here. So we're gonna remove the padding, and we're gonna say box size, border box, just so we don't run into some weird issues. Okay, that's it. Now let's start with this nav thing here. So, whoa, what did I press? Okay, good. So we removed all the basic styles, and we can start. So we're gonna say nav, right? We're gonna say display flex, so so it comes like next to each other. And then we're gonna say justify content space around. So now it's gonna be like this. We're also gonna say align items center, which is gonna center it vertically. Okay, so justify content is gonna, well, it's not gonna center it, it's gonna space it around. Okay. And we're also gonna add a min height to this. Let's say 8 VH. And I also added a background color to this. Give me a second. It's 5D4954, I believe. Yeah, okay, it's that one. I think we're gonna remove this for now, just so we can see what we're doing. And we're gonna add this back later, okay? And I believe we also are using if we go on Google Fonts, I used Poppins. I said, hey man, let me use something different, because I'm using Montserrat and Railway too often. So I thought I'd switch it up. Try something new in my life. Good. So we just copy and paste this in there. Get the poppins. Go back to this. And we're just gonna add it here in our nav. There we go. Works perfectly. Good. Next. Actually, I think we can add back the background color. So I didn't want to add it just so you can see clearly where the nav is and where this is, but we're gonna change the color now anyway. So I'm gonna say logo. We're gonna say color, white, and I'm actually not gonna keep it white. I'm gonna go here and just lower it down a bit because you don't want to have that huge contrast. It's not gonna look that good if it's pure white. So I'm just lowering that down. And I also did a text transform here and uppercase. So all our text is uppercase. We're gonna say letter spacing, 5 pixels. It does exactly what it says. So it just makes a bit of space in between each letter. And let's add a font size of 22 pixelinos. Good, awesome. Maybe 20. All right, let's go with 20. Good. Now for our UL here, we're gonna add a class of nav links here. All right. Now we're gonna go back. I forgot to add this, I'm sorry. So we're gonna say nav links here. And again, same story. We're gonna say display flex. So it goes like this. And we're gonna add a width to this. Because right now, wait, let me show you. If I add a background color of red, that's the width, right? Now, if I want to make this, like if I add here, justify content space around, like nothing's gonna happen, right? Because it doesn't have any space. So the cool thing is you can add display flex to this, justify content space around, and then you can just play around with the width. If I want this more spaced around, I can just add 35, and now it's more spaced around. I can go 40, even more spaced around. So you can mess with this quite nicely, which I really like. But for this, let's just add 30, okay? Now this is looking quite ugly. So we're gonna select all the A tags. Nav links A. We're gonna add the same color that we did up here, just so we're consistent. Good. We're gonna get rid of that text decoration and we're gonna say none. Good. I believe I also added a letter spacing here of 3 pixels. Let's see how that looks. Good. And a font weight of bold. Good. I actually think this is too big. So that's what she said. Font size 14 pixels. Yep, much better. Good. Good, good, good. All right. We also need to remove, so we're gonna say nav links li, just so we remove these bullet points here. Okay. We're gonna say, what is the bullet? How do you remove that? I always forget. List. It's list style. None. Yes, there we go. Awesome. Good, good, good. All right, so that's it for our desktop view. Quite simple. Yeah, nothing interesting. Okay, so the way I build my nav for the mobile is I basically do this, and then in my nav, I'm gonna add a burger class here. So I'm gonna say burger, like that. I'm gonna add 3 divs here. 1, 2, 3. Like you can do it with SVGs, but you can do it so fast with this that I kind of prefer this one. So the burger has like 3 lines, right? So I'm gonna name them line 1, line 1. I'm actually gonna just copy this, and we're gonna say line 2, line 3. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. Good. So now if we go back, it's gonna be here. Now you're gonna be like, hey, but this kind of ruins our layout. Well, Not really, because we're gonna display it none. So it's only gonna appear in our mobile view. So down here, we're gonna say burger, like this. Actually, we don't need to display none because we don't see anything because our divs are empty, right? These are empty. So what we're gonna do is select burger, and we're gonna just select all the divs in here because they're all gonna be the same. I'm gonna give a width of 25 pixels, a height of 5 pixels. You can play around with these values if you don't like the way it looks. Again, gonna get this color again just so we're consistent here. Good. I'm gonna add a margin so it has a bit of spacing. All right, it's not working. Let's see, why is it not working? Burger div. Div class burger div. All right, let's see what I did wrong here. We had a width, a height, a margin. This is the time where you try to figure out what the hell did you do wrong? I see it there. I see the lines there. I just don't, okay. So it's not a color, it's a background color. There we go. Wow, that looks ugly. That looks really ugly. Let's add 3 pixels here. Oh, there we go. Again, see, you can play around with this until you like. You can do 2 pixels if you think it's too thick. That's what. Okay. You leave it at 3. Good. Now we're gonna go up here. We're gonna say burger and just say display none. That's it. Looks like this now. Good. Awesome. Now we can work on our mobile. So go all the way down here and say media, screen, and max width is gonna be 678 pixels. There we go. And just to test it out, we're gonna say body display none. I always do this, it's a habit, okay? So maybe the width can be bigger here. So before it hits the breakpoint, you can maybe increase the width. Right? You can go like 40 until it looks good. So you can mess around with that. It's right here. Or maybe you can do another breakpoint if you want. So if you don't want this to be spaced out like this, you want it like this, but when you go smaller a bit, so let's say around here, around, I don't know, 1,000 something pixels, you can just increase the width of this. So it's gonna look nicer. It's gonna look more spaced out. Actually, let's just do that, okay? So you see what I'm saying. So this is just a quick fix here, just so it's gonna look okay. So I'm just gonna take the nav links here. And for this in particular, I'm just gonna increase the width to, I don't know, 50, 60. Let's see. Yeah, so something like that. Just make sure it looks okay across. Yeah, just play around with that. I want to cover mobile. This is like tablet zone. Good. All right, let's continue. So here, what we're gonna do is we want to modify this because we don't want this to be here. So to do that, actually, I think I can just take this here like this. So this is mobile around this, okay? And we're gonna select again the nav links that we selected. And I'm gonna say position absolute. Wow, okay, there we go. And we're gonna say, I'm gonna put it right 0 pixels. So it's stuck here on the right side. I'm gonna add a height of, let's see how much height I added here. I believe it's 8 VH. So to be full screen, I'm gonna say 92 VH. like that. So that's gonna give us full screen. Good. And also we're gonna say top 8VH. So it's gonna be right under our nav bar. Good. We're also gonna copy the background here. So let's copy this background to see what it actually looks like. Good. Looks like that. Perfect. And now all we need to do is display flex. We're gonna say flex direction column. So it goes down like that. Align items. No, it's justify content center. No, it's not. It's align items. Because we changed the direction to column, so the order changes. Center. There we go. So we have a nice spaced out nav here. Good. Awesome. Let's see if I missed something here. You can also mess around with the width. So you can make it smaller. You can make it bigger. I'm going to keep it at 50%. But you can also go full screen if that's the thing you want. But I believe I use 50% in the thing that I showed you at the beginning. Okay, now we don't want this to be here. So what we can do is transform, translate X 100%, which is basically gonna move this whole container off the screen, and perfectly it's gonna move it off the screen. So it's here. Now we don't want this to scroll. So all we do is body, and we're gonna say overflow X hidden. There we go. We cannot scroll anymore. Good, awesome. Let's see. We're gonna say, we also wanna make the, let me just remove this for a second. The original state of these is gonna be hidden. So we're gonna say opacity 0, and when we click on the burger, it's gonna fade in nicely. So for start, we're gonna just say navlinks li, and we're gonna say opacity 0. Okay, so what that does, basically, we cannot see anything. Good. And also, let's put this back, overflow X to hidden. And the last step is get that burger and just say display block. So we took it from display hidden to display block on mobile. And look at that, nicely positioned and everything. This is centered here, and boom. Remember, because it's still in the context of the nav, which we added display flex. So it's still gonna have the nicely spaced around burger. So there you go. Awesome. Another thing we can do is maybe add a cursor to this. So cursor pointer. So boom, there we go. Great. All right, we still have like 1 or 2 things to do here. So I'm thinking if we should do the JavaScript or not. Okay, well, let's think in CSS for a moment. When we click on this burger, we want the navigation to show. So the only thing we need to do is basically take this transform and put it back to 0. So to do that is I'm gonna go here to the bottom and say nav active. And we're gonna say transform, translate X back to 0. So when we click on this burger, the navigation should get the 0 transform. Yeah, that's it basically. Nothing else to it. Good. And also, we should have a transition because we don't want it to boom pop up like that. So let's say we want to transition the transform. We're gonna say 0.5 seconds ease in. Good. Awesome. All right, let's leave it at that for now, and then we're gonna get to the other ones. Okay, so I want you to create a app.js or name it whatever you want. at the end of your HTML, we're gonna add it. Good. And now what we're gonna do is make a function. So we're gonna say const nav slide is equal to a anonymous function. Awesome. Here we're gonna declare, we're gonna get the burger and we're gonna get the slider. So we're gonna say burger is equal to document.query selector, and we're gonna say burger. Good. And we also wanna get the nav, which is document.query selector nav links. Awesome. So what we gonna happen is when we click on the burger, we want the nav link to get the class of nav active. So let's do that. So we're gonna say nav burger, add event listener. On click, we want to run a function, and what we want to happen is the nav should get a class list. So we're gonna say class list this, and we're gonna say not add but toggle, and we're gonna toggle the class list of nav active. Let's see how that works. And it doesn't work. Okay, why? Because we need to invoke this function. So nav slide. Now if you're gonna have multiple functions, I'd recommend actually building a app function here, and you can call all your smaller functions here, just to keep it cleaner. But for now, I'm just gonna do like this. So we're gonna invoke this function. So now if we click, this slides in nicely. Good. Now the problem is, how are we gonna animate these in one by one? Well, first we need to make an animation. So let's build out an animation. We're gonna go down here. We're gonna say add keyframes, and we're gonna say nav link fade, okay? From and to. So obviously we want from opacity 0 to 1. And also, I actually want to add a little movement to this. So I'm gonna say 50 pixels, and it's gonna go from 50 pixels to 0 pixels. So it's gonna slide in like that nicely. Good. Now, how do we add this? Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get all the nav links in this. So to do that, all we have to do is up here, we're gonna say const nav links. So these are the individual links. This one, this one, this one, and this one. So we're gonna say document.query selector. Query selector all, because we want to select all of them. We're gonna say nav links li, like that. Good. So this is gonna be the toggle nav animate links, just to be clear. Now the cool thing here is we can do this. We can say nav links dot for each. So for each link, we're gonna run a function here. And also the cool thing here is, so these are the individual links, right? You also have access to index, which if we console log this, is just gonna bring back the individual, like how many links we have. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Because we have 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now, why do we want the index? Well, this way you can actually easily animate the delay between each. So let me just quickly show you. So if I say here link.style.animation is equal to, we're gonna do backticks here and say nav link fade. Okay, the animation we did. 0.5 seconds is gonna last for ease forwards, and I'm gonna interpolate it here with index. And I'm gonna divide this by 7 or by 5. So what does this mean? Let's see. And we're gonna say seconds here. So this would be the delay. I'm gonna console log this for you to see. So if we say console log index divided by 7, it's gonna give us F12. It's gonna give us a nice, wow, what was that noise? A nice delay between each. And it's gonna be equal. So it's gonna look really smooth and it's really nice. And the awesome thing is you can easily add more. If you have a designer or someone, you can easily add more links here. It's gonna automatically recognize it. It's gonna add it. It's gonna add the proper delay to it. And it just works. So you can add more here and it's gonna be the same. Look, I can just add more. Boom. Nice delay between each of them. And then you can easily add different animations here and it's just gonna work. So divide by 7. If you want it like that, you can go 0.5. You can mess around with this. And if you want to have an initial delay, you can just add a plus 0.2 or something to it. So it starts off automatically with the delay. And I believe I did this in my original site. So we're gonna say 0.3. So we add a basic delay to it. Awesome. Let's see, does that work? Refresh. Let's add a bigger delay. I want to see if this actually works. There we go. It works. Now we have a bit of problem here. The problem is, let's see how much delay I need here. Let's go 1 second. Yeah, so it fades in after the nav opens. So let's go 1.5 here. Yeah, something like that. Now the problem is this stays like this. We don't want that. We want it to, if we close it, we want it to happen again. So to do that is quite easy. We just copy this. And we're gonna say if link.style.animation. So if this exists, if our links have animation on it, then we're gonna say link.style.animation is gonna be equal to nothing. Else, we're gonna add our animation. Boom. Yep, not working. Alright, so I'm extremely stupid. The reason why this didn't work is we need to add it in the event listener. Oh my god. So just copy everything from here and paste it in here and move this in here just to make everything clear. Ah, Jesus. Good. Actually, let's move this back a line. So, okay. Never mind. Here's the first line. Let's see. Boom. Boom. There we go. Last thing. Okay, I also added a background here. I just did it so the page is not empty. But the last thing we have to do is just change the burger. So to do that is quite simple. We added line 1, line 2, line 3. So what we do is go here and just add a toggle class to this. So we're gonna say toggle We're gonna say line 1. We're gonna copy this. 2, 3. 2, oh, wait. 2 and 3. Good. And for each line, we want something different. So for this one, the first one, the upper one here, we're gonna say transform, rotate. We're gonna say minus 45 degrees. And we're gonna say translate. We're gonna move this minus 5 pixels. This is the X. And 6 pixels on the Y. We're gonna copy this, paste it here, and here we're just gonna say minus here. And here it's gonna be plus 45 degrees. And for the middle one, let's just get rid of it and say opacity 0. Awesome. All right, so all we have to do is just toggle it in here. So what we want is, we're gonna say, let me make sure I'm in this. Yeah, here. Burger animation. Good. So for this, we're gonna select, so when on burger again, so when we click on the burger, we want, what do we want? Well, we want to add on the burger class list of toggle. We're gonna say, oh, I named the toggle. Okay, so we're gonna toggle the toggle class. Wow, awesome. Good, let's see. Well, that works. The middle one, these don't work. Why is that happening? Let's see. So basically, all of these should get this. Let's see what's happening here. Line 1, line 2, and line 3. So we're gonna add the toggle to the line 1, line 2, and line 3. So this effect should take place here. What did I miss? What did I miss? Transform, rotate. Well, here's one problem. Here's the second problem. Wait, what's going on here? There we go. So kind of messed up my spacing in there. All right, make sure it's okay. But we also want to add a transition to these so it doesn't look so boring. So let's add, I think I used, let's see how much I used. I used a 0.3 ease on this. So try to go and find your burger div here. Add a transition of all 0.3 seconds ease. And we should be done. So there we go. Awesome. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. Nice. And the cool thing again is you can add another one of these and you don't have to modify the delay or anything. It's just gonna work magically. Look at that. It's just gonna work. So you can also remove. Let's remove these two. Bam. There we go. Awesome. There we go. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Oh, I know this was long as hell, so I apologize for that, but yeah, this was quite fun to make. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, make sure to suggest anything else you want to see. Yeah, I kind of also want to do some kind of vlog type of videos, definitely, just about life, about web dev for sure. And yeah, enjoy your day. It's hot as hell here, so I'm gonna go take a shower. Okay, peace.